Hello, good morning students. How are you? I think you are quite well and working hard for the board examination. Yesterday I have discussed LC acceleration. The frequency of LC acceleration is f or nu is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root LC. We have also discussed choke coil. A choke coil is simply an inductor of large inductance. This is used to reduce current in AC circuit. Today I will discuss a new topic which you have already studied in class 10th, AC generator. What is AC generator? It is AC generator. It is based, you can see AC generator here. It is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Whenever magnetic flux linked with a coil changes, whenever magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, an EMF is induced in it. Whenever magnetic flux linked with a coil changes, an EMF is induced in it. By this device we can convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. An AC generator is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Whenever magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, an EMF is induced in it. By this device, we can convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. Now, we will discuss main parts of the AC generator. Main parts of AC generator. Main parts of the AC generator. First one is armature. Armature or coil. It consists of a rectangular coil. It consists of a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire. It consists of a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire having large number of turns. It consists of a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire having large number of turns. Now, second one, field magnet. Second, field magnet. A strong magnetic field is applied on armature. A strong magnetic field is applied on the armature or coil by north and south pole, of the magnet. What is the order of magnetic field? It is of the order of 1 Tesla to 2 Tesla. You know, unit of magnetic field is Tesla. A strong magnetic field applied on armature or coil by north and south pole of the magnet. It is of the order of 1 Tesla to 2 Tesla. Now, third one is slip ring. This is slip ring. Third, slip ring. Two slip rings R1 and R2. A two slip rings R1 and R2 is attached to the end of the coil. There are two slip rings R1 and R2 connected between two ends of the coil. Now fourth, carbon rod or carbon brushes. Carbon rod or carbon brushes. You can see here there are two carbon rods or carbon brush B1 and B2. There are two carbon brushes B1 and B2 are placed in contact to the slip rings R1 and R2. There are two carbon brushes B1 and B2 are placed in contact to the rings R1 and R2 and also connected to the output resistor. This is also connected to the output resistor or load resistance. Now we will discuss working of AC generator. Working of AC generator. When rectangular coil ABCD, this is the direction of magnetic field. When rectangular coil ABCD is rotated with angular velocity omega in a magnetic field B. When rectangular coil ABCD is rotated with angular velocity omega in magnetic field B, then due to change of magnetic flux, induced current is produced. When rectangular coil ABCD is rotated in a magnetic field, then due to change of the magnetic flux, induced EMF is produced. According to the Fleming right hand rule, you know Fleming right hand rule. This is magnetic field and this is motion in a conductor and this is direction of the induced current. If we stretch our forefinger, middle finger and thumb such that they are perpendicular to each other, if forefinger point direction of magnetic field, middle finger points induced current, then the thumb gives motion in a conductor. According to the Fleming right hand rule, during the first half of the rotation, direction of current in the coil during first half of the rotation, direction of the current in coil is A to B, B to C, C to D. During first half of the rotation, direction of the current in the coil is A to B, B to C, C to D. But in output circuit, current is from B1. But in output circuit, its current from B2 to B1. But in output circuit, the current is from B2 to B1. Now we will discuss during the second half of the rotation. During the second half of the rotation, direction of the current in the coil is D to C, C to B, and B to A. During second half of the rotation, direction of the current in the coil during second half of the rotation, this is the first half of the rotation, and during second half of the rotation, direction of the current in the coil is D to C, C to B, and B to A. During the second half of the rotation, direction of the current in the coil is D to C, C to B, and B to A. Thus, we see nature of the current is alternating. Now, magnetic flux in the coil, magnetic flux in the coil, I is equal to NBA cos theta. We know omega is equal to theta upon T. This implies theta is equal to omega T. Therefore, phi is equal to NBA cos omega T. Now, according to the Faraday second law or Faraday flux rule, we know E is equal to minus d phi upon dt. According to the Faraday law, Faraday law, or we can say Faraday flux rule, or Faraday flux rule, E is equal to minus d phi upon dt. What is Faraday flux rule? Magnitude of induced EMF is directly proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the closed circuit. According to the Faraday flux rule, magnitude of induced EMF is equal to rate of the change of the magnetic flux linked with the closed circuit. Thus, first you know what is the differentiation of cos omega t. Can you tell me what is the differentiation of cos omega t? D upon dt cos omega t is equal to minus sin omega t d upon dt omega t, that is minus sin omega t. We will take omega out, d upon dt t, that is d upon dt t is equal to 1, that is minus omega sin omega t. Therefore E is equal to minus d upon dt and ba cos omega t and ba cos omega t. Therefore E is equal to minus, we take NBA out, d upon dt cos omega t, d upon dt cos omega t, and differentiation of cos omega t is minus omega sin omega t. E is equal to minus NBA minus omega sin omega t. Therefore E is equal to NBA omega sin omega t. E is equal to, suppose this is equal to E0. Actually this is E, this is the E. We can write E here. E is equal to, this is E0 sin omega t, where E0 is equal to NBA omega, where E is equal to NBA omega. This is the peak value of EMF, or you can say maximum value of EMF or amplitude of the EMF. Peak value of EMF, peak value of EMF or maximum value of EMF or amplitude of EMF. Amplitude of EMF. Now, can you tell me what is the function of step up transformer? What is the function of step up transformer? And step up transformer converts low voltage into high voltage. Low alternating, a step up transformer can convert low alternating current voltage into high alternating current voltage, or you can say simply low voltage into high voltage and high alternating current into low alternating current. This is the function of step up transformer. Now we will solve some numerical problem based on this topic. First, the primary coil of an ideal step up transformer has 100 turns. Primary coil of step up transformer, that is MP is equal to 100 turns. The primary coil of an ideal step up transformer has 100 turns, and transformation ratio you have already studied transformer ratio, the ratio of number of turns, the ratio of number of turns to the secondary coil to the number of turns in the primary coil. It is denoted by K. Now ratio of transformation ratio, that is K is equal to 100. K is equal to 100. The input voltage that is Vp 220 volt. Vp 220 volt and power are 1100 watt. Input power that is VPIP. Input power VP IP is equal to 1100 watt. Input power is 1100 watt respectively. Calculate. First you have to calculate number of turns in the secondary. Second, the current in the primary. Third, voltage across secondary. Fourth, current in the secondary. Fifth, power in secondary. Now first we will find, we know transformer ratio. What is transformer ratio? The ratio of number of turns in the secondary coil to the number of turns in the primary coil. That is K is equal to Ns upon Np. Now K 100 and Ns, you have to calculate number of turns in the secondary, that is Ns, and Np 100. This implies Ns is equal to 10,000. Number of turns in the secondary coil is 10,000. Now second one, you have to find current in the primary. You have to find current in the primary. We know VP IP is equal to 1100. IP is equal to 1100 upon Vp. Now 1100 upon Vp 220 volt. 11 10 ja 11 2 ja, that is 5 ampere. Now third part, voltage across secondary. Voltage across secondary, we know K is equal to Ns upon Np is equal to Vs upon Vp. Now this implies K is equal to Vs upon Vp. What is the value of K? 100. equal to Vs upon Vp 220. Vs equal to 22,000 volt. Vs, you have find Vs equal to 22,000 volt. Now you have to find current in the secondary. Current in the secondary. You know Vs Vp is equal to Is. Vs Is is equal to Vp Ip. Vs Is is equal to Vp Ip. You have to find current in the secondary. This is equal to 1100. You have to find Is is equal to 1100 upon Vs. Now Is is equal to 1100 upon Vs 22,000. 22,000 20 11 1 ja 11 2 ja, that is 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 equal to 0.05 ampere. Now you have to in next part we know output power is equal to input power. Output power is equal to input power, that is 1100 watt. This is for ideal transformer. This is for the ideal transformer. For an ideal transformer, output power is equal to input power. Now we will discuss next question. Our next numerical an inductor 200 millihenry. Inductor of inductance L is equal to 200 millihenry, that is 200 into 10 power minus 3 Henry, that is 2 into 10 power minus 1 Henry. An inductor 200 millihenry, capacitor 500 microfarad. C 500 microfarad. We know 1 microfarad is equal to 10 power minus 6 farad, that is 500 into 10 power minus 6, that is 5 into 10 power minus 4 farad. Ten ohm resistor, an inductor 200 millihenry, capacitor 500 microfarad, resistor 10 ohm are 10 ohm are connected in series with a 100 volt variable frequency AC source. 100 volt variable frequency AC source, that is VRMS. 100 volt. Now calculate frequency. First part, frequency at which power factor of the circuit is unity. Frequency at which power factor of the circuit is unity. Second, current amplitude at this frequency. Second, you have to find current amplitude at this frequency. And third one is Q factor, quality factor. Now first part is to find frequency at which power factor is unity. When power factor cos phi is equal to unity, that is 1, then phi is equal to 0 degree. That is, this is the condition of the resonance in LCR circuit. LCR circuit is in resonance. LCR circuit is in resonance. LCR circuit is in resonance. Now we will find resonating frequency. Resonating frequency omega 0 is equal to 1 upon under root LC. That is 1 upon under root L 2 into 10 power minus 1 C 5 into 10 power minus 4. 5 into 10 power minus 4. This become 1 upon under root 10 into 10 power minus 5. That is 1 upon under root 10 power minus 4. That is 1 upon 10 power minus 2. That is 100 per second, yeah, or 100 hertz. Now we have to find second part, current amplitude at this frequency. Current amplitude at this frequency, we know IRMS is equal to VRMS upon Z at resonance. In the condition of resonance, Z is equal to R. Therefore, IRMS is equal to VRMS upon R. Now VRMS 100 volt upon R 10 ohm, that is 10 ampere. Now we know I0 is equal to IRMS under root 2. Peak value of current, this is the peak value of current, that is 10 under root 2. This is the amplitude of maximum current. This is the amplitude This is amplitude of maximum current. Now we have to find third Q factor. Q factor is equal to 1 upon R under root L upon C. That is Q is equal to 1 upon 10 under root L 2 into 10 power minus 1 upon C. C is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 4. That is 1 upon 10 under root, divide 5 by 2, it becomes 0.4 and it becomes 10 power 3. That is 1 upon 10, this becomes 400, this is 1000, 1000 multiplied by 0.4, then 400, that is 20 upon 10, that is 2. This is the quality factor. Q is equal to 2. Thank you.